Fit for Life Radio, episode number 158. Your hosts, Gary and Will.
Hello.
We're here today talking about what makes a workout
Good. Or bad.
Or bad. You know, because a lot of times, like, you hear people, man, that was a good workout.
What does that mean?
And that also infers that some workouts are bad.
Yeah.
And guess what? There is bad workouts.
Yes.
Now, really, and what we're going to try to peel back here is there's emotion, human emotion and perception. And those don't always line up with, like, the truth, right?
Yeah.
And that's with a lot of things, you know. So sometimes you have to realize, you know, and a lot of people, like, they think, oh, a good workout is I have to feel completely exhausted and tired.
And sweaty and out of breath.
And you can even, you know, someone can even then learn why that would not necessarily be good all the time. But then they're like, well, that's what I like, and I have to do what I like. But the reality is we can learn to like other things,
Absolutely.
right? So it's like if you're doing this thing and you like it, but it's actually
a net negative,
like, learn to like the other things and find the things you can attach to. And here's the perfect example, right? Like, I don't care who you are. You know, when you're like 15 years old, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, and you first start drinking, no one likes beer.
Dude, beer is awful.
No one likes wine.
Yeah, no one takes that first sip and they're like, I've been waiting for this my whole life. This is the best thing I've ever had.
You learn to like it, man. No one likes coffee the first time you drink
you're
coffee.
like, this is bitter,
man.
But you learn. And, like, even with foods, like, some foods you learn to like them because there's a benefit attached to them. And so you're not just stuck with, like, oh, I don't like it.
I just don't buy that, man.
I don't buy it either.
It's lame. But anyways, getting sidetracked. So, look, on a please everyone surface level, yes, if you do, like, no movement and you start exercising of any kind, we can, like, let's applaud that, right?
Yeah,
like you're moving your bones, you're moving your body, you're getting up, you're getting going, right? So we'll just put that at a very base level. Now, beyond that, though, the reality is, especially if you happen to be, maybe your BMI is overweight and you know, and we have movement restrictions and limitations due to things like that. And maybe our age, right? So meaning, like, we have more miles on us and we haven't been doing much for a while. So the risk of things become higher based on when we're younger, more pliable, healthier body weight typically. And so now with that layered on, unfortunately, there's movement that we do that actually either it's hard for us to do correct, and then doing it is putting a lot of extra risk on, right? Or we aren't able to do this thing correct, this movement well, and we're now just reinforcing poor movement.
Yeah. Which usually, like, will lead to injury or something down the line.
Yeah. And in general, you have in the fitness industry, so two common entry-level workouts are, one is running, which if you go back and listen to our podcast with Dexter, who's a running coach, you know, we get into this a lot, and the reality is running something you need to learn to do well.
Yeah,
right.
And most people don't know how to run correctly.
Because it's a lot of stress on your body. And unfortunately, when we're out of shape and maybe overweight, a lot more can go wrong, right? And now the thing is, there's a super low barrier to entry, right?
You just go out and run.
Put on shoes or not.
Yeah,
and go outside and run. So another one is like boot camp type workouts because there's not a need for a ton of equipment. So again, lower barrier to entry. And also it's less intimidating because there's not equipment. Although the reality is people should be more intimidated with their body weight.
Yeah.
Because think about it, a push-up and a dumbbell press are kind of the same movement patterns, same muscle groups.
Yeah, horizontal press.
Yeah, but a push-up right from the get-go, from the start, level 1 of a push-up is like kind of your entire body weight.
Yeah, which most people cannot do.
Yeah, and then now you can't even do it right, and you're just going to be spinning your wheels, and it actually can cause problems. Whereas a dumbbell press, now you're laying down, pushing against gravity, and so you're basically just moving your arms plus any additional weight that you add to it.
And it's just easier to scale.
And guess what? There's 5-pound dumbbells.
Yeah. And then
there's 7.5, and then there's 10. So it's actually a better, more scalable form of movement, form of exercise that's going to suit people better, right? And so the boot camps, it's typically relies on a lot of body weight stuff. And just kind of like, and then when people start exercise, they think they need to feel tired and exhausted.
Yeah, like I need to be worn out.
What makes you tired and exhausted? Well, getting your heart rate up, moving around a bunch.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the one true essential movement exercise for humans is walking.
Just going.
Right. So that's something we should get good at. That's something, if we're gonna like elevate our heart rate, start with walking, right? And the reality is, and then if you walk for a sustained amount of time, you're going to, elevate your heart rate.
Yeah.
So 40 minutes of walking versus then when people will go and be like, I'm going to go exercise. And then they'll do these like circuits of basically tons of like jumping and skipping and hopping because it helps elevate their heart rate. But again, if you happen to be overweight, poor movement, you're putting so much stress.
And low muscle mass, so you're not the strongest person in the world.
And then your ankles and your knees and your hips, and then the risk of like, oh, now you're doing a lateral jump and you could like catch your foot and fall and break your ankle.
Like lateral stuff, as much as people do it, like should be minimally done. Like it does need to be worked, but like you shouldn't have like half a workout of lateral movement for people that are untrained.
Or here's the thing, like it should be part of the workout, but hopefully in a setting where you have had rest before, so you can focus on the movement. But people will put these circuits. Let's just share. So we have.
Let's go through it.
A workout from
an unnamed place.
And it is
right here, baby.
Yeah.
If you go to this place, you might know exactly what we're talking about, but we won't put them on blast. So this is 4 rounds of this, and we'll go over the
6 stations, 6 exercise stations, 4 rounds. Starts at a minute
for each
one. There's no rest,
so
you just go from one right to the other. So it's essentially, the goal of it is like, well, it's weird because it says that it's speed and agility. And it has nothing to do with speed and agility.
We know what speed work looks like, and that's not it.
Yeah. And it's essentially cardio, right? So if I sell this workout program, the goal of whoever wrote it is to like make the exerciser get fatigued, get tired, get cardiovascularly tired. So there will be an element of cardiovascular training, right? Now again, this is where you typically good or bad. So when we're defining a good or bad workout, first you start with what's the goal of the workout?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the first thing to really get clear is, this is where most people go wrong, is a lot of people's goal of their workout is to burn fat or burn calories. And that should never be the goal of your workout.
That's
like straight from the get-go, like no.
Like working out is not reliable for that in and of itself.
Yeah, and it's just a slippery slope. And unfortunately, so then people think, well, if I feel more tired and get more out of breath,
I'm burning more calories.
I must be burning more calories, burning more fat.
Nah.
So for one, you just have to like ball that up and throw that away.
Take it
and
out.
Realize the goal of your workout should be to either, exercise your heart cardiovascularly, train your different cardiovascular systems, your aerobic system, your anaerobic system, to train your muscular system,
to train your
bones, joints, ligaments, to get stronger for a specific reason, to get stronger for a general reason, to those are gonna be most people's goals.
Yeah.
And so hey, we typically want to get stronger or improve our cardiovascular system and health. So So then when you have a good workout, it should help achieve those goals.
Whatever goal you are, after.
Mm-hmm. And then another, which is separate kind of from this, is more sport-specific stuff.
Yeah.
So some things to improve specific sport performance, or you may have a sport, and your exercise is the sport. So, yeah, you got to, do certain things to be better at the sport, right?
Yep.
So that's where, we're running and all this is separate. That's a sport.
Yep.
It's a hobby.
And your lifting can support your sport.
Yep.
Or your exercise, excuse me.
So that's where when we get into these, so right then, right? So you could go in and if your number one priority and goal is to lose fat, well, nutrition is going to be a big part of that. Yeah. You should exercise to maintain your muscle so that you can ensure that when you lose, the weight you do lose is indeed body fat, right? So that's where a lot of people end up just wrong in their assumption that if they could go to a gym and it's like, I want to lose fat, cool, okay, let's start your workouts. And then the workout's like, hey, they lift a weight as heavy as they can for 10 reps, and then they sit there and rest for 2 minutes, and then lift another weight, and then they're like, oh, this isn't enough, right? Or I'm not tired enough. Well, it's like, oh, well, you didn't say your goal was to get tired every workout. Because that's separate from losing fat, gaining strength, preserving muscle, and burning fat.
Yeah. And also, making somebody tired in a workout is, the lowest level skill. It's not hard.
Yeah.
I could have you do 100 burpees and you're going to be smoked, but is that going to be productive for your goal?
And again, unless your transaction you're looking for is I want to get as tired as possible. Realize getting tired as possible is separate. It has nothing to do with burning fat, getting tone, getting stronger, having more energy. It actually works against a lot of those things.
For the most part, yeah.
And then whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. Those are the facts.
Yes.
This is what we base our stuff off of. If it was different, we would.
Yeah, we're going to do what works.
Different. This is the truth. Again, some people just want to feel tired and sweat.
And if that's your goal, and that's fine.
Yeah.
However, just don't mislead yourself or others.
So a good workout takes into account the goal or general goal, whether you're training one person or a group. Obviously, if it's a group, it now has to be kind of a general consensus. But of what the person's trying to accomplish, then the workout goes towards that, right? So in general, most people who want to lose fat, preserve muscle, have good heart health, then the workout program is going to be not just one workout that accomplishes all that. It's the whole big picture, right? And it should have, again, fact from what we know up to this point. There should be a form of resistance training.
Yeah.
Working in a range between anywhere from typically 5 to 30 repetitions, close to failure, with a resistance where you can handle the weight with appropriate form, but you're working to involuntary failure.
Yeah.
With all your muscle groups, all your movement patterns, and with anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes of rest between. You should not be going nonstop.
Yeah.
Because when you get fatigued, it lessens the amount of output you can.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do as much on your next set. And then your risk of injury increases when you're fatigued too.
And then you can exercise your heart and cardiovascular systems various ways through low intensity, steady state conditioning, through high intensity intervals. Realize too, and the type of workout we're about to describe, a lot of people would call that high intensity training. It is not.
No.
So yes, and then we'll break it down even further. And then the other main thing is you should be able to keep people safe. You want to weigh risk and reward.
Yeah.
Right. So for example, if the goal is, so we even say this workout we go over, say the goal was to and that's where it's wrong from the start because it says speed and agility, and it's not the way a good workout for
None
that.
Of those things are going to get
but
your
we'll
speed
say it
better.
said conditioning. Okay, cool. But then it starts to come well, could we accomplish this without so much risk and joint stress? Yeah, we could actually get our heart rates up through low impact tools like the Airdyne, the skier, the rower, walking,
a sled.
And these are going to be low impact, less impact on your joints, but you're accomplishing the same cardiovascular.
Yeah, you still get the same hit cardiovascularly.
So yeah, which one's better, you know? And it depends if you're 22 years old versus 42, right? But if you're overweight versus, optimal weight. So yeah, again, and the more you skew towards older and maybe newer, not as in shape, then yeah, you need to take into account your workout should be skewed more towards less risk, and things like that. So those are the factors that you should be looking at of what decides a good, quote, air quote, or bad workout, not how tired do I get?
Yeah.
How fatigued do I get? How sweaty do I get? Those are awful.
Yeah. They're not good metrics.
Yeah.
For a good workout.
They like tell you nothing.
Yeah.
So it's funny what most people on the surface would think of as a good workout because it made them tired is actually a bad workout.
Because it doesn't do anything for them.
For one, the goal as outlined, it doesn't match.
No.
And then you start looking at it and there's like, okay, no rest. So it's 6 stations, 4 full rounds. So you go through each station. So circuit, which is fine. But like circuit, 60 seconds at each station, which after 20 seconds of a high intensity effort.
Most people fizzle.
Yeah, because our body switches from a completely anaerobic, from our completely anaerobic, which is where we're working off of
stored energy.
Then around 20 seconds of all-out effort, our body starts to switch into, utilizing a little bit of our aerobic system, which means it's a mixture of stored fat, stored in carbohydrates, and we start running out of carbohydrates to use. Things start burning. But ultimately what happens is we start getting frazzled.
Yeah.
Our body starts breaking down. Our form starts breaking down. We start getting tired and gasping, which means then whatever we're asked to do, the quality of it is going to go down.
Yeah.
You ever like if I told you to go run a 400-meter dash now, those first 15, 20 seconds, you're on point,
good.
Your form's going, and now all of a sudden, our energy systems start changing. We start fatiguing, and yeah, what happens? Your form gets sloppy.
Yeah.
You start taking these big gaspy steps. Your arms start flailing, okay? So we start falling apart. All right, now can you imagine? So then with this workout, where it's 60 seconds at each station, no rest, you're going to the next one. Well, so we know, okay, and it's going to be cardiovascularly challenging. We're going to start falling apart.
Yeah.
But then imagine falling apart when these exercises are traveling hopscotch.
Which I'm going to guess is some sort of 1-leg to 2-leg jump.
So
right?
you're hopping around on one or two legs.
So hopping around.
So imagine you're overweight. You get to the third round. You're fatigued, frazzled, and you got to hop around on one leg.
Yeah. This sucks.
Sign me up to snap my ankle, please.
Yeah.
Then the second one, speed ladder shuffle, lateral shuffle. Okay, so that's where like you see football players, do the little thing in and out of the ladder, which it's just I guess it's a more entertaining way to move around.
Yeah.
So you have like
so more like now we have lateral movement, right?
Then 3 power.
A power roll?
Power roll.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late. So having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's 1 scoop mixed in water once a day and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out. If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's 1 scoop mixed in water once a day and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out.
I don't know if you're rolling the ball or if you're rolling your body.
Let's see.
You think you're rolling your body?
TerraCore. Power roll. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You can't. It doesn't even come up on Google.
I mean, the TerraCore does, but it's just
That's
a
like a
brand.
ball, right?
It's like a Bosu ball that's long-ish. It's kind of like a little platform. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's how you know you're making stuff up when you can't even Google the exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, TerraCore, yeah, is like that half Bosu thing.
Yeah.
So power roll. I have no clue. So, okay. Then 4 is a line chop, lateral line chop.
So my guess is that is some type of wood chopper.
Okay, so like holding a medicine ball, doing a wood chopper.
Something like
okay.
that.
So you're like, I'm working my core, yeah. But you're moving.
For 60 seconds.
And then 5 is box jumps.
60 seconds of box jumps.
Box jumps, dude. Box jumps should only be done in sets of like 1 to 3 reps as an explosive power exercise.
With like doing a jump, stepping down, resetting, doing another jump.
Yeah.
So treating it as a true like skill.
Yeah.
What's that last one?
Ledge.
BB. There's no way it's
Ledge, BB.
It's not barbell.
Lateral shuffle step ups.
So again, some more lateral movement done during cardio.
And those are like where you like maybe stand on a box and you're like laterally shuffling back and forth.
Is BB Bosu ball?
Oh yeah. I hope not.
I hope not.
Because at least like we actually do this exercise on like our SmackDowns and stuff. But could you imagine doing it on an unstable surface?
No. Like as the guy who's rolled his ankles enough time in his life, it sounds like a nightmare.
And then we're also laterally shuffling up at the top and hopscotching and box jumping. So it's like, what are you asking your calves to do here and your ankles?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just taking a beating.
And then again, the reality is what's happening here is your heart rate's going to go up. You're going to be cardiovascularly challenged. And then, this goes on for 4 rounds with 6 stations.
And not to mention the fatigue in your legs,
like
too.
20 minutes. So we're trying to have a sustained cardiovascular effect. And the reality is you could just, like, go walk and do that. Or do it on low-impact ways, Not hopping around, jumping, skipping. Like 4 out of the 6 exercises are
jumps,
jump, skip, hops.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't just jump rope for 20 minutes?
Yeah. Which is actually like one of the best cardio tools you can use.
And then what if you're kind of like not super coordinated and you're asked to do all this stuff?
And now you're just hopping around and then your risk is even higher because you don't have the connection to do it.
And then let's say you would think, okay, they have halftime. And maybe, like, maybe we're going to rest. We're going to give them some rest so they can recoup and attack these things with good form and focus.
Nah, fam. Tabata.
The halftime is a 4-minute Tabata, which Tabata, if you're not familiar, it's a form. It's just kind of like a structure where you do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool. It's cool for finishers,
yeah.
right?
We'll use that as the finisher after our strength training.
Yeah.
And that's it for the day.
Just to get like that peak moment, heart rate up, something burning. You can do like mountain climbers or
you can do 1 or 2 exercises.
But again, it's a form of like, hey, let's like do this thing and get tired. Yeah. And so how's that halftime?
It's like terrible halftime.
Let's break from the cardio to do more cardio. Yeah. And again, it's not even listed as cardio. It says speed and agility. First of all, speed training. Let's break that down.
So speed training, like, I mean, there's a few ways to do it, but you would base level, go do a sprint.
You do something explosive, and then you rest like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then you do it again, and then
because the muscle fibers that kind of dictate speed and produce force at the highest level, that's how they respond.
Yeah.
Right?
And you need a long recovery for them to do a repeated bout at the same intensity, which is the goal with speed training and getting faster. Mm-hmm. But if you just do this steady state stuff where you're just getting tired, you're not helping yourself get faster.
Yep. And then agility is a skill.
Yeah.
And typically depends on what are we having agility for, right? So this is just bastardizing. I assume the agility component is that there's a speed ladder, which is from like football, right? And it's a drill specifically for agility for a sport.
Yeah.
That's football.
Yeah.
Are you playing football? You have football in your life. So now we're choosing to use training time, assuming people don't have unlimited time.
Yeah, like what you got, maybe we'll say most people 3
hours a week. To work our agility for football. And then the reality is like, also, what's your body composition like? Yeah. Right? Because agility too, I think then when the average person, I want to be more agile, they want more mobility.
Like ease of movement.
And ease of movement. Well, most of that comes from, hey, if we happen to be overweight, we have restrictions due to our body, right? So just getting leaner
can help.
Is going to help improve our mobility. And then also, too, without ever doing an agility drill, you will improve your agility.
You know what else it'll improve?
By being leaner.
Your speed.
Yeah, and you know what else? Your speed. Because when you have... So muscle is functioning tissue that helps move our bones. Fat is not.
No, not at all functioning.
It weighs us down. Mm-hmm. So if you want more speed, get a leaner body composition.
Yeah, and that's evident. We have people that train with us at the gym that lose weight, and they're like, my time and my run is way better now that I'm down 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Without really hitting the running very hard.
Yeah. So the reality, the first step to improving speed and agility is improve your body composition.
Yeah.
How do you improve your body composition? Dial in your diet, get stronger. How do you get stronger? Lift weights.
Do some resistance training.
With rest in between your sets.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So now if we're saying this workout speed and agility, and that is someone's voiced goal, we're just leading them astray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now, guess what? That's a bad workout.
Agreed.
Now, if the person's like, I want to feel tired and get my heart rate up and I think it's fun to hop around.
Cool.
Then this is a great workout.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean that's true. But if you have other goals, then you're just kind of you're lying to yourself that this is good for you.
So the reality is, what makes a good and bad workout? It depends on the goal, right?
Yeah.
So if someone's like, so you have to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times it's like, do you want to sweat and have fun? Maybe you find those things as fun, then, which is fine. like we said, then it drops back down to that base level of like, well, there's movement. Now, whether you're now reinforcing poor movement, but at least you're moving over sitting on the couch all the time.
Yeah.
Which, so, but you have to be honest, is that what you want? Or, hey, do you want to lose fat? Do you want to improve your strength? Do you want to improve your conditioning? Do you want to improve your heart health?
Yeah.
Okay, well, these are the actual paths that would dictate that a good workout would be for those goals. And the reality is it may not be what you think you need or think you like.
Yeah. And we've both done this for a while. Most people don't know what they need.
Yeah.
Most people don't have an idea of it.
They know what they want.
Yeah. But what they want and what they
crazy?
need do not, or what they think they need don't line up.
You know what's crazy? And we sit with, we'll say we've had, over the last 2 years, say we've met with 200 people.
Yeah.
That are kind of, hey, I want to learn more, but this, and they sit down, and what's your goal? Never. And I'll say in the last 8 years, between me and you, we've done most of the strategy sessions. So you're talking over 1,000 people. Have I had one person who has stated their primary priority goal or goals
in the gym
as, I just want to sweat.
I just want to get tired.
I just want to get tired. No one ever says that.
I've never had it.
Everyone's like, man, I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Or I want more energy.
There's always a deeper why than I just want to be tired.
Yeah, I want more energy. I want to feel better. I want to feel more confident. My knees hurt. My it's like, so then now from there, cool. Hey, guess what? This is what our program focused on. And, and then they may even get in and be like, there's more downtime and rest in these workouts than I realized. Well, that's what it takes.
Yeah, that's part of it.
For the goals that were stated.
And something to keep in mind too, if you're used to the boot campy style stuff, you are going and you are tired, and when you get to something like, say, resistance training, you have to apply yourself. You can't just go through the motions and get anything out of it. Because both of us know if you do, if you're pushing yourself on an exercise, especially, I don't know, we'll call a lunge or a split squat. There's a different type of exhausted after that.
Yeah.
And you are going to be tired, but if you're doing 50% of your capacity, you're not going to be tired. Yeah. You're not going to feel anything.
And it's funny when you really sit and think about it. I want you to logically think about this. You can make it make sense easily. So what do you think would be better for your body? You go in the gym and this is where people have to understand, there's no, people, when people value a workout based off sweat and fatigue, and then they go and, I have this good workout of sweat and fatigue, and then they go somewhere else and that's not the outcome, and then they maybe think, man, their workout wasn't as good. Look, listen, programming a workout to make someone tired is the easiest thing to do.
It's the lowest hanging fruit that exists.
Think about it. You could come in and someone could be like, do 30 burpees, run around the building, come back in, and then do 20 pogo stick hops, and then repeat that for 7 rounds until this 30, 40 minutes
and
is up.
Of course you're going to be tired.
Yeah, no equipment needed, right? But then the reality is that's a crap workout.
It's garbage.
But versus, and then there's we're not working our body against resistance. We're not focusing on form. We're not, so we're not challenging our muscular.
So there's really no net positive to what you just did.
Whereas you can go in the gym and you're picking up some dumbbells, you're doing presses, you're doing rows, you're doing squats, you're stopping and resting in between so that you can give full effort and focus when you're doing these things. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, you take 6 minutes and you hop on a bike and you do an interval and you rest to partially recover, and then you do another interval on a rower. So both low impact, saving your knees, your joints. And you do that for a few minutes to get your heart rate up and challenge your anaerobic cardiovascular system. And then you leave and you feel even almost a little better than when you came in as far as your energy.
Mm-hmm.
But you also did those things. Really, truly, come on now. Which one do you think is the better workout?
Yeah.
Now, if you were judging off of which one made me sweat the most and feel fatigued? Oh, yeah, it's the pogo sticks.
Yeah.
And the jogging around the building and the burpees.
Yeah.
But really, though?
That's PE class, man.
That's PE class.
That's all that is.
Yeah. That's like we got 30 people and no equipment.
Let's just see what we can do.
And these people are paying us. Let's give them the transaction of fatigue.
Mm-hmm. But that's what it is.
And then
for a lot of
guess
places.
what? Ooh, we don't need that much equipment, so we don't have to spend money on equipment. We can jam more people in here because it's PE class.
Yeah.
And they'll pay us to tell them to hop and skip
And jump.
and jump.
Do all this weird stuff.
And then they feel good at the end because they got this transactional fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And then, hey, on your way.
Yeah.
But guess what? If your goal is lose weight, improve strength,
Yeah.
improve cardiovascular health, gain energy,
It's not helping you.
it's a bad workout.
And take this to note too. Like a lot of people have long-term goals. Like you want to
Mhm.
be happy and healthy when you're in your 80s. Doing stuff like that's not that beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, like improving your bone density requires your muscle to pull against your bone
Yeah.
at like a pretty high intensity overall. Like
Yep.
you can't just pick up 2-pound dumbbells and get the benefits. So like just hopping around and getting your heart rate up, it doesn't really help that either. You know, and that's one of the main benefits. And why a lot of older people start strength training is like, I want my bones to be good. I don't want to fall. I want to be, strong and able. And this PE class style workout just doesn't fit the bill for that either.
Yeah.
You know, so if that is one of your goals, ask yourself, is this even helping me at all?
Yeah.
Or is it maybe hurting you?
And think about it. We say PE, well, what's the goal in PE? To like freaking get these kids moving around and tire them out.
Yeah.
Which, it's
Yeah.
like, so, which is warranted. But then the reality is like, okay, you're an adult. You can go for a walk to move around.
Yeah.
And you probably should, because most of the time we don't. We just sit all the time. And then let's layer on some actual training,
Yeah. Let's get better.
Or let's be honest with ourselves and say, yeah, I just want to sweat.
I just want to be entertained.
And guess what? If you just want to sweat, I mean, honestly, you can just go in your car, turn up the heater, or if it's the summer, put on a sweatshirt and just sit there, and you'll sweat.
Yeah.
You'll sweat a lot. Is that a great workout?
No. Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Hey, you want to get your heart rate up? You can just pop in some like scary movies,
yeah.
some suspenseful TV shows, or watch sports.
Be a Washington
Be
fan.
a Washington fan, and your heart rate be jacked up for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Is that a great
That's
workout?
a good workout.
Is that a good workout?
You're going to text me
I don't
after
know.
the next game like, damn, that was a good workout. They
Yeah.
lose by 30.
I'm out. My pulse. I'll be taking my pulse. I'm like, man, I'm humming right now. So, hey, look at all these sports fans that just sit around and watch sports that don't do any exercise, and they're like,
Yeah.
why aren't they
Fit.
in shape?
Because it's not a good workout.
Because they need to go to the gym and, like, move their bones against resistance
Yeah.
and stop eating Cooler Ranch Doritos dipped in Cooler Ranch.
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 Do people do that?
So, we just had to do that, right? Like, sometimes it's easy to be nice guy, but when you see some of the stuff out there, and again, we're just working off of like, hey, what does the research say? What does
What does the evidence
real life
say?
say? What does the evidence say? Like,
Like we didn't
I
pull
don't-
this out of our butts.
I don't want to waste my time.
No.
I know if the evidence said do pogo stick hops for
Bro,
100,
that would be our gym.
120 minutes a week.
We'd have 24 pogo sticks.
That's what I would do, dude.
Yeah.
If someone was like, yeah, jump on a trampoline, all the time, then yeah, I would have one of those.
Trampoline gym,
I'd
let's
have
do
one
it.
of those trampoline gyms.
Yeah.
Like I go towards like, to me, exercise is just like about the outcome,
Mm-hmm.
and which it helps you be healthier, fit, all those things. So I want to maximize my time. I don't want to be doing it like 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or spend my whole life with it. So it's like, tell me the most efficient process.
Mm-hmm.
And to achieve these goals. Okay, this is what it is. Cool. Let's do this, right? And then the reality is, and this is why we're even in this business and have been now for the last 17 years, is because there's a huge gap and hole between like what people think they need versus what they do need. And most people are still selling fatigue and sweat
Yeah.
because they're scared
That people aren't going to like.
that people won't want to hear what they really need.
Mm-hmm.
And from a business standpoint, yeah, that's not favorable.
It's easier to
Yeah.
sell tired.
Yeah, and it's cheaper to program.
Mm-hmm.
You need and
Less
it's,
equipment.
so
More people.
So the industry still leans that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, most people don't want the truth. You know, and if that makes you feel uncomfortable, it's because like deep down your goal isn't just to get tired, and you actually want results.
To get
results
better.
of like for your body to be more capable, more resilient, more energy.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That workout in isolation, you do that once a week. Yeah, that's cool. Like sometimes it's good to have a barn burner.
Yeah.
And also, there's some you'll have to push through mentally. You're working your cardiovascular system. Again, I wouldn't recommend it because you can work your cardiovascular system in way better low impact ways.
Yeah.
And over time, but
even once a week, like,
it's fine.
Yeah, not gonna break you.
But then imagine doing that.
That's
2,
style.
3, 4, 5. Maybe that's how all your workouts are. 5 days a week. I mean, first of all, your ankles.
Yeah.
I mean, you're you're just
They're
asking
just
for
not
it.
made to do that, especially when you're not prepared for all that jumping.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So, what makes a good or bad workout? So, hopefully that gives you something to think about.
Yeah. Maybe it pisses
Challenge
you off.
you challenge yourself. Yeah. What is my goal? Right. What do I really want?
What do I want to get out of this?
What can I learn to like?
Mm-hmm.
And for example, and when I first got into working out and exercising, and coming from a sports background, you're kind of like, I got to push and get tired, and it's weird at first to like exercise and then purposely rest so that you're not out of breath and go again.
Mm-hmm.
But then you know what? As you get stronger and then you see your numbers go up and you challenge yourself to kind of like push yourself that way, you get entertainment from that, right? So it's just like how we talk about, at first eating a strawberry instead of a strawberry cheesecake isn't as fun.
It's not as entertaining.
But then when you start getting better sleep, better mood, better energy, you start those foods, then the strawberry.
You learn to like it.
Yeah, it becomes more fun to eat because you know it's going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's the same exact thing.
You learn to like different things. So that's why do you think people learn to like beer?
Yeah.
Because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I always joke, like, if you're going to get a buzz and enjoy that buzz from alcohol, like, why would you choose a 400-calorie alcoholic beverage over, like, a milkshake, a 400-calorie equivalent milkshake?
I
or
agree
even, like,
completely.
a soda, Dude.
A soda's better than a friggin' beer.
There's
no doubt. All the beer bros are going to be
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, they're not out here drinking alcoholic-free beer.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Yeah.
And
I
again,
don't want
there's
it.
going to be some outliers. But, so we learn to like it because we learn to like the buzz.
Mm-hmm. And same thing with, like, coffee.
Right.
Like, you learn
and then,
to appreciate, like this
then
gives me some energy.
Exactly. And with the IPAs, with the coffee, well, then over time you learn to appreciate the flavor profiles and that stuff. You learn to like it.
But on first glance, it's not that good.
Oh, you don't like resting during your workouts? You don't like strength training? If you do it and stick with it, you'll learn to like it.
Yeah, and you'll learn to like the outcome of doing that.
And you'll learn to like not feeling like complete garbage and run down after every workout.
Yeah, because that does wear on you. It breaks you down.
Yeah. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if you've been guilty of that in the past. If you've learned to like different things. If it resonated with you and you realize, you know what, my goals. I gotta be.
My goal isn't to get tired, so maybe I do need to make some type of change.
Yeah. Most people, again, it's like, I need more energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you don't run yourself into the ground even more.
Just as hard as you can.
You got to find that balance, man. No one's like, no one wants, you don't do that with work. I mean, you might do it, but you don't want to.
Yeah.
No one wants to work 120 hours a week. Like, you'd be like, you know what, let me work a little less so I can be more fresh and more present for when I do work.
Yeah, like, let's work the least amount I can to get my job done.
Yeah. Same thing with exercise. You just try to go hard and make every workout this, like, 40 minutes or an hour straight of just, let me just be out of breath.
Suffering.
The whole time. That's not exercise.
No.
That's just, like,
punishment.
And, and again, that's what, in a way, like, a lot of sports are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you attach this outcome in this team
of
work winning, and then that leverages you. Like, look at football.
Yeah.
Nothing that's comfortable or fun about it, but it's like, hey, this is a sport I choose to play. You get your rocks off and competing, and you put up with all this.
And you learn to, like, enjoy the game and all of the strategy and just the skills.
But understand, That's not happening with exercise, right?
No.
Like, it should be for our health.
Yeah.
Now if you do decide, oh no, I actually want to do the sport, and then yes. But again, I don't think most people.
Yeah, the majority of people are not
that.
doing.
I think
the
they're
sport.
hoping like, oh, this is the way to train for me to
lose weight and get toned and whatever else.
And it's not.
I would say the majority of people that have maybe the body type that you want do not train like that.
Yeah.
Even if their Instagram shows them doing these circuit type things and this high intensity stuff, the base of their training is probably just
progressive resistance training.
That's it. And it always has been.
Something that's always got me is all the exercise machines and stuff that come out. For like when it used to be like TV and pay-per-view, and now internet and all that. All the models, they hire models to do these commercials and ads. None of them have even done that thing ever in their entire life. They do it for the ad, and you know what? All of them do
lift weights.
Progressive resistance training. Yeah, lift weights.
Like if you look, you see like some like super jacked dude who looks like a bodybuilder doing this dumb machine. That dude does not use that machine.
Or doing like
use that.
P90X.
Yeah, to get jacked. Like, it's just no way.
Yeah.
It's just he's making some money. That's it. So yeah, just know like if you got jacked, it was not from PE class.
Yep. All right. That's it for this week.
We're gonna step off our soapbox.
Nah. We're gonna step off it and step back on it for 60 seconds.
Jump off of it to the side.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right.
We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening.
As always, thanks for listening, guys. If you want to learn more, check us out at coastalfitnessva.com or garydeagle.com. We'll see you next time.